Hello everybody, this is Ben85. Welcome back to another episode of Surviving Minecraft. There's blocks going past us. Sweet. I got the miner running right now. Just filling up the chest. Oh, there's some coal going. But today I think we're gonna at least start a new project that I think is gonna be pretty significant. It's gonna take a lot of resources to do, which is why I've got the miner running. But this project is the reason why we need the miner running. I'm not processing anything yet, just kind of running it. The bees are kicking butt. Oh my gosh. 257 ender pearls, and I've got a bunch of these guys still. So 299, pretty darn good. We got some diamonds here to work with as well. 15 more. See, we got 140. Not bad, but the ender pearls are the big one. Because of all of this influx of items, especially when you look at how much beeswax is going into the system, and I haven't done anything with it yet, I had to upgrade this. We're running all 4K drives now. And to make the swap over, I can't actually show you guys this, but what you do is you put a drive in here, and I've got it going from the drive, or I should say a storage cell, to the drives, and it basically dumps it into whatever's in the drives here. The cool part is, if you put these in here, you actually can pull out the storage component, if you will, and you get the storage housings, which means I can put these back in because you use them when you craft the 4Ks. If I make some 4K ones here, I've got 2 in here right now. Let's see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so there's 10. So I could fill up a second one, and I may just do that. So let's just tell it to craft up 8 more. And that'll run for a while, so we'll just let it do its thing. So, but here's what you can do. You then take these housings, you craft them together, and you basically switched everything over to 4K housings, or 4K drives, just like that. Pretty cool, right? Still got that problem with the reactor, which is good, because that's what we're going to be working on today. Ooh, diamond. Yeah, that's the other thing. I've got ores going into here, so if I put in ore, I've got 174 Certus quartz ore, 37 diamond ore, charged Certus quartz ore. Nice. The reason being is I can still get more using my fortune pick. Not out here. Down below. We need to go down below. Why? Well, remember the room I was working on here that apparently has a zombie in it right now? Because I do not have it lit. Oh, you're actually below the glass. Ha ha! How about that? This room here that we have. Oh, poor guy. This room is going to be our turbine room. That's right, we're going to get into Big Reactor's turbines. And we're going to make a big guy in here. So it's going to take a lot of digging. In fact, I think I'm going to make it 11 by 11. This glass floor is just temporary for now. It was just, it was what I was working with at the time. Just like the rest of this floor needs to be replaced as well. But, to give you an idea, what do we need for a big reactor turbine? Well, just like you have reactor casing, you also have turbine housing. That's what goes around the outside. Just like you have reactor glass, you have turbine glass. And then of course you've got rotor bearings and turbine power port, turbine controller, all that lovely stuff. And then of course the rotor and the rotor blades themselves. So why do we have to wait in order to make this? Well, we need this, cyanite. Remember cyanite? Cyanite gets processed Just a little bit out of range. Well, here we go. Cyanite is created by the reactor. So we've got a stockpile here of cyanite ingots, which is good because we're going to need them. We're going to need a lot of them. In fact, I haven't even figured out the amount that I need, but it's somewhere, well, put it this way. Our turbine's going to be 11 by 11, and I think about 20 some deep. Well, it'll be down because I'm going to do a vertical turbine. So I mean, it's a significant amount that we're going to need. Now the cool part is cyanide is created also by mixing yellorium with sand. So we can straight take yellorium and put it right into cyanide as well, which is something we're going to probably have to do, I think. I don't know. We'll see. Oop. But what we are going to also have to make, where is it? For the turbine controller, we're going to need plutonium. Where is it? The cyanide reprocessor. We're going to have to make it. And I don't remember if plutonium can be used as a fuel. I think you can. So you can take cyanide and turn it into plutonium and put that back at a reactor, you know, if you ran out of yellorium. But we have a shortage of power. This is why we have trouble. We need power. There we go. Now it's back on. Yep, I think we're good now. 2,000. A little over 2,000, and we've got quite a few ore in here as well. I think that's enough for now. 3 1/4 stacks of ore, which, as you know, will get quadrupled. So 12, 13 stacks. That's over 640. That's quite a bit. Quite a bit we're going to get. We got a lot of iron in here too. So I'm going to probably process through that, and I'm also going to take the time to dig that room out because I got to do some math and work some stuff out. But I figured I'd at least introduce you guys to what we're going to start working on today. And yeah, I think it'll be pretty cool. So what's the #1 rule when playing, well, Minecraft in general, but modded? You make backups. For some reason, I logged back in, and my entire player inventory is gone. Like, I have no player inventory. The only thing that stayed on was these 2 baubles. That's it. So even my golden bag of holding that had all that stuff in it, gone. So I'm having to remake stuff. First up, I'm making my armor, just so I have that. I don't know if I have enough mana here or not. But it's going to take me a little bit to get my tools back before we actually get back to our project. So, well, it won't be a while for you guys, but, well, for me it will be. There we go. Now we got my speed again. That's what I was looking for. So, yeah, it's going to be, if you remember, mana steel. A little bit on the pricey side, especially with mana. So I don't know how much. It drained it a little bit. So the idea is that you have to put 1 of each of these, and then you get a terra steel ingot. I think it takes, what, half a mana pool, so I don't know how far I'm actually going to get on this, but we're going to try it. And, oh, there we go. Biggest problem is if it does that and it lands off, it uses the mana, but it doesn't actually get anywhere. But I can hear mana production kicking in, so we'll see. So let me get working on that. So I kind of need to speed this mana production along a little bit. So I'm grabbing this Rosa Arcana. And let's put you down right here. So what does this one do? Well, if I grab a whole bunch of levels from here. Ready? And my levels start going down. Ooh, it's actually overproducing a little bit. We may need to get ourselves another spreader. Yeah, I knew we had another elven spreader somewhere. Oh, that's right, you're going to there. So, can you hit? Yep. Aha, see? It's actually, it's hitting, I can't. Oh. I can't break it. Darn it. Well, we'll wait for one of these flowers to burn out here. This one's kicking butt. We're slowly starting to gain back, but we're still sending stuff over here because they're low. It's just an absolute mess. An absolute mess, I tell you. There we go. There we go. So that's what it's made to do, is take experience and turn it into mana. How efficient is it? I don't know. But I have so much experience right now, it's something I can very easily do. But we're getting there. I have sword, pick, shovel, hammer. We're getting there. Need an axe, apparently. Oh, one of the big fire flowers must have went, so I can't do anything right now. So I gotta go home and make an axe, I guess. I'll be back. Alright guys, here we are back. I've been doing a lot of work off camera building that room. I think it's time for us to start laying out where our turbine is gonna go. So, we're gonna need a bunch of turbine housing. I have no idea if I should probably check to see how much graphite I have in here. Not much. Well, in that case, let's grab probably 3 stacks of coal. We'll throw it in there and we'll let it just start making graphite for us so we can start crafting with it. The way I've got it figured out, we're gonna need, I believe, 180 turbine housing, which should be 2.5 stacks if my math is correct. So there's 1. I just want to be able to watch to see how much graphite I have so that I don't actually run out here. So otherwise it breaks the crafting recipe and it gets to be a pain in the butt. That's where I gotta be careful. There we go. That should be 180. So let me show you guys what I've been doing, what I've been working on. The upper room I think might need some more work. I still have this frame here. I still have the entryway to work on, but I like this kind of decoration that we have going on here. Looks kind of cool to me. Generic warnings, high voltage, danger of falling. I don't know. I was just kind of having fun with it. Then I've got the marble walls, which look kind of neat, nice and clean. The center of the floor will be where the turbine is, so I'm not too worried about it. But basically the idea now is that the frame of the turbine is going to sit right inside of here. So that was 11, and then there should be 10 blocks coming this way plus the one that was already placed. This is why I'm doing this with wings on. Because I'm bound to fall. Remember? There is a risk of fall in here. So you basically build this exactly like a reactor. Forgot that you can place something on your head. So you've got the upper frame like so. I have to double check this height. There should be, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Yep. So 20, and then I want to break out this floor as well. So just for now, I'm going to break out the outside of the floor. Like so. But basically it's going to sit like this. So we're going to build the second bottom frame here. This is literally how big this thing is going to be. I don't remember if it's considered on the overkill side, if it's going to be bigger than it needs to be, but I don't care. This thing's going to be impressive one way or another, and it's how I wanted to build it. 11 by 11 is pretty standard for the dimensions, as far as, you know, if you will, width and depth in this case. But the height, I don't remember if the height, if 21 is the ideal or if 22 works. All it's going to be is a little bit extra material. It's not a big deal. It's not going to hurt efficiency at all. Gosh darn it all. I'm not used to my tools not being quite as good as they used to be. They don't have any modifiers on them yet. So, not a big deal. So this is just the frame. But it gives you a pretty good understanding of how big this turbine is going to be. That's 2 misplaced blocks. So the idea is that this entire area here is going to be sealed off. And the one thing I haven't decided yet, and I think I might do, I'm obviously going to have glass all the way around the outside. Like, these are going to be glassed in. The top is going to be glassed. But I think the bottom here, because I'm going to have a lot of the important stuff underneath here, I think I might put the turbine housing for the entire floor. Just so that you don't see the bottom part and it keys in on the turbine here. At least that's my idea. So as you can see, there's going to be a lot, and I mean a lot, of items that need to be crafted. There's a lot of glass that has to go into this. I got to take my marble back up because that was the quickest way for me to bring the marble down here so that I could work on it. And this all has to be broken out, unfortunately. And of all the things that I've remade so far, well, I did make a diamond dolly, but that's not that big a deal. This thing, the Resonant Exchanger, was the most expensive thing that I had to build. And it was a little bit of a pain, but honestly, it's not too bad. I mean, I've got all of the resources built, or into the system, you know. I've got so much. It wasn't that big of a deal. Just kind of a pain. Just a little bit. I did have to adjust some of the recipes that we have in here. Like for instance, this guy, the Endurium base, it uses 2 tin. It was using the thermodynamics tin. I had to switch it to use, mechanism, because obviously that's what we have is the mechanism items. So a little bit of shifting in that sense, but not too bad. I used some osmium for the excavator here, and it's actually working pretty well. I have so much osmium, I don't mind using it as a tool like that. It seems to be a pretty good material, especially for something like that, but I'm not going to use it as much. The cobalt, though, for the hammer, that's important. Hammer, you want to be fast, and a cobalt hammer is fast. So I'm going to keep working here and crafting up some more items. I wanted to show you guys that room I was working on, and we'll come back together when we get some more of it in place. Alright guys, so I thought I'd welcome you back for the last couple steps here that we need to work on. First of all, I need to grab some of the cyanite, and I made this cyanite reprocessor. It needs power, it needs water. What it'll do is it'll process 2 ingots of cyanite and turn it into 1 ingot of plutonium. Now I'm going to use the plutonium because, well, Turbine controller requires it. And well, there's another item that we're going to get to that requires it as well. Plus, this plutonium could be put back in the reactor if we ever ran out of uranium. We've got over 6,000 ingots. I think we're fine. But what we do need, if I remember how to do this, we're going to need these rotor shafts, and there should be, I believe, 20 of them, because we have a 22 tall turbine, so that means there's 20 internally. And from what I know, the most efficient use is to have 80 of these rotor blades. So that should be 16 plus a stack. I'm not sure how I want to put those in yet, but we are going to need to use, it's going to take 2 of those. Well, in that case, let's put 2 more in. There we go. We need the turbine rotor bearing. So let's head back down. I'll show you guys what I've been doing. I've put all of the glass in, and I decided to put glass in the bottom. I'm back and forth on it. I'm not sure how I want to do it yet, but I think it's looking pretty cool with this glass on. And I'm going to have something in the bottom here so that it doesn't look as bad as it does. Actually, let's do it from the bottom here. This right here should be the center, I want to say. Yep. So basically we're just going to want to stack this rotor shaft all the way up to the very top. And if I did it right, it should get us literally right to the top. Oh, it did. Perfect. The rotor bearing is supposed to sit on top of it, like so. That'll be part of the multi-block formed. We'll put glass around here. And then we need the rotor blades. Now, this can be a little bit tricky as to how you want to do it. And I'm not sure exactly how I want to position things, because I need to get 80 of them in here. But I also want it to look good. So we may do rings of 3 like this. It's hard to say. And then I think I can skip to make this work. So let's just see what it looks like if I send these all the way down. But I have to keep the bottom 4 blocks free here. And I will explain why in just a bit. Let's just keep placing these rotor blades. I purposely made it bigger. I think 17 for this max size rotor, or the turbine is about the most you have to go, but I guess for impressiveness, if you will, I decided to build it as big as I did. You know, you could always build a little house in Minecraft, but why do that when you can build a castle? You know what I mean? So let's see where we end up down here. So you're using, what, 12 blades per layer? So what have we got? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. So I would like to skip. Oh yeah, we should be fine. I actually might end up crafting some extra blades just to make it look pretty. I need one more here. Because as you can see, I've only got enough to do this one out 2 blades like this. And I might want more to it. But I've got, say I wanted to skip one. So we could put a set of blades here, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I'm okay with that. Let me go quick make, I want 4 more blades. Fortunately, I have to get all the way back to the terminal to craft it because, well, I can't craft from the wireless terminal, but that's okay. Let's make four more of these guys. And, ooh, I'm actually running low on cyanide. Doesn't surprise me. Let's get it running again because I'm going to need quite a bit of plutonium. In fact, it's crazy how much plutonium I'm going to need. And I'll explain that in just a bit. Let me put the blades on first. So we'll go one here, one here, one here, and one right there. Okay, cool. So we've got our blades in. I'm running this on the fact that 80 blades is the max amount that can be used in a turbine to get 2,000 millibuckets per tick of steam. I have 84 in here right now because I put 4 more on there. Those 4 are actually extra. All it is extra items, extra materials that weren't necessary. I'm okay with that. Now, what I was referencing to with the plutonium and why I'm keeping this bottom here, in order for this to make power, it needs to have coils, and that's what go down here. Basically, you're going to want to line the blocks around here. So there's 8 blocks around here, around this rotor shaft, and that's basically designed to be the coil, just like it would be in real life. And you can engage and disengage the coils. Now, for max use with the blocks I'm going to use, I want 32 blocks, which would be 4 coils here. So the coils will go right up to that block. I think it'll look good. Here's the catch. The way it works with big reactors, ooh, it looks neat. I probably could go all the way out. You can go out to the outside here, and then you'd have 5, but we'll see how it looks when she's spinning up. I kind of like the way this guy looks right now. The more expensive item you use for the coil, the better off it is. Most people put enderium blocks in. Well, here's the thing. There's one Yeah, right here. One item, one block. That is the best. And here's the difference. If I put Enderium blocks in, I have to put in 37 or 38 blocks. If I put in Ludicrite, I only have to put in 32 blocks for maximum RF usage. The Enderium blocks can create 24,000 RF per tick. Ludicrite, about 28. We're going to put these in. But here's the thing. You could do it with Nether Stars. It's capable of doing it. But I'm going to use this one right here. Blaze Rods, which I can get. Enderium blocks. We're going to need 64 Enderium blocks. 64. An Enderium block is 9 ingots, of course. That means we need 9 stacks of Enderium ingots. Well, if you remember, yeah, so if I do the math really quick, do you know how many ender pearls we're going to need? 576 ender pearls. We have 455. Why do you think we're running the bees here? I needed ender pearls, and I needed a lot of them. So, we're going to do this. That's why we have the ender pearls. It's just going to take some time to build it. I need to let this run. I need to get some more ender pearls, and honestly, I can AFK this for a little while, and I'll get, you know, a full stack. As in, like, 64. So 4 stacks of ender pearls in maybe an hour or two of AFK. So it's not that bad. It runs pretty quickly. So I just got to set this up. I got to take some time, but how many blaze rods do I have? Ooh, 3. Well, that's easy to fix. Grinders on. Blazes on. I think I have the grinders on. Yep, I do. So I'll just run this for a little while, and we'll get ourselves some blazes. Shouldn't be that difficult, right? As long as I have enough power to run that, I hope I do. Let me go quick check. Yep, this is holding. So that means that spawner should stay active. So we'll AFK with that going too. Goodbye, Mr. Blaze. But to give you guys an idea, and this is much more impressive at night. I don't have a fortune pick. I laid that out and then I realized, oh, I don't have a fortune pick right now because my pick doesn't have the ability to have fortune on it yet. So this is what you're seeing from above. You're going to see this room down here with a giant turbine spinning. Oh, I like it. It's going to be impressive. And here's the thing. Our reactor is going to be able to run multiple of these turbines if we want to. So, what I thought would be kind of cool later on as we go here, just for the heck of it, you know, I wanted to build the one turbine and get it going. But what if we got multiple turbines going? What if... See, this is why we need ender pearls, and we need them, a lot of them. What if... And I will have a ladder going down here at some point. But what if, in each of these walls to the side here, we laid turbines in? All 4, all the way around, so we'd have 5 turbines total. So we have the one vertical, and then you'd look down and you'd see the giant turbine spinning in each of the walls as well, and all feeding into a central power in the middle. How cool would that be? Can you imagine that look? I'm tempted to actually lay in the frames just to just to have the turbines there. And I mean, we have, actually I don't have the cyanide anymore. I don't have enough of it. I've used pretty much all the cyanide I have. But the reactor is going to keep running. We're just going to keep making cyanide, so it's not that big a deal. But we could build them. I think that would be really cool. So I'm going to do some AFK work. We're going to get these ludicrite blocks done. And basically, I'm going to build a working turbine. And we're going to finish up this episode. And then next episode, we'll actually hook it up. And we'll get this baby running. And we're going to be getting, instead of, 15 to 16K, we're going to be getting 28,000 RF per tick. Which means our power system is definitely going to have to be revamped in order to handle that much power. As well as the fact that, well, we're not getting blaze rods right now. That's odd. I'll have to check that. I'm actually kind of curious. I don't have an octadeck capacitor in there right now. Yeah, we should probably move. Uh, 800 RF per tick. Let's put... Give me one of these. Go. Should craft up pretty quickly. It'll help it out. I want to see how much RF per tick I can get out of this baby. It'll speed it up. I'll be happier then. Once he dies. Thank you. Oh, I didn't check. 2,500 RF per tick. That might be about the max I can do. Yeah, but it's going much faster. So we'll just do that. We're getting blaze rods now? We're still not getting blaze rods. That is odd. Do I not have something set up right? No, items are coming out. It says in out, but we wanted to insert. Oh, there we go. We got blaze rods. Okay, it's working. So I'll be back when I get this thing worked out. Alright guys, just finishing things up. Just made the turbine controller. Finally got enough plutonium. I've got 2 stacks worth. And I've got 1 stack of enderium. Wow, this takes a lot to craft. And the worst part was I did not have enough shiny. So I had to go to the nether. I grabbed my digital miner, went to the nether, and kept grabbing nether shiny. You get like 2 or 3 blocks per area. And then you had to move it to a new spot. And it was crazy. So we should be able to start crafting this stuff. And this stuff is so expensive. But it'll be worth it. Oh, ran out of blaze rods. The reason why I couldn't figure out why there was nothing in here, I forgot about my room in here. Oops. Well, sometimes it takes a little bit of time to remember things that you put into this world. I'd be no different than in my rotary craft world, not remembering where my nether portal was. There we go. That would be 32 blocks worth. Alright, let's go put them in quick. And I apologize if my voice is a little bit off right now. It might be a little bit lower than the rest of the episode. I'm finishing this episode up in the morning. And I've noticed that my voice tends to pitch down a little bit until you go through the day a little while. Not exactly sure why that is, but I know Ethos said he has that problem as well. So, to make the coils, like I said, you have to line it around the shaft like this. So we want, in this case, 32 blocks. There's a mathematical equation, if you will. I don't know it off the top of my head. But based on what material you use for this determines how many coils you need. I know Enderium, I believe, is 37 or 38 for the coils. So we're going to have it like that. Where am I in this? Okay. Oh, by the way, I laid out where another turbine would be, and I think I like where that looks. I'm doing it a 9x9. I'm doing a smaller turbine for the sides, but it'll be the same setup. You know, like here there's a gap between the glass and the turbine blades. In those there won't be, and these won't be quite as long either. This is basically the one for show, and the rest of them will be for just straight up creating power. So what I'm gonna want to do is right there. So we're gonna put the turbine controller right here. I want the power port dead center, and then on each side over here I want to put a fluid port like so. And then I don't have enough glass on me. I want to see if this baby will form, because if we can get this baby to form, we should be ready. I have not tested this full design yet, so I think I only needed 8, but I got 9. Whatever. So if this works, when I place the last piece of glass in here, it should change. There we go. We have a fully functional turbine. So let's go down below, and I have a hole here. There we go. Perfect. So this one's very different. We have a rotor speed we have to take care of. Rotors kept overspeed for too long may fail catastrophically. Yes. So we've got, looks like steam coming in, water going out, and energy buffer. This is what I mean by engaging and disengaging the coils. Those are the ludicrite blocks that we have here. We've got a lot of different settings that we got to play around with. The biggest thing I want to make sure, we're going to have a room underneath here anyway, so not a big deal that I'm digging this out. Okay, the power port is accessible, and the fluid ports are accessible. Perfect. That's what I needed to know. Because that means we can actually work underneath there. So, we have a completed turbine. A big guy, that's for sure. Let's go through our hole. I'm going to have to put a ladder here so that we're actually decently accessible. So yeah, this baby will get spinning. But we're going to take care of that in the next episode. So guys, thanks for watching. And as always, take it easy.